Do you think it's possible for Warcry to grow significantly? And if so, how? Yes, it totally is possible for Warcry to grow significantly. One is if Games Workshop actually all right, Games Workshop don't need to do all that much for Warcry to grow, right? They need to put out an article every now and again, and that's basically it. And Warcry will grow naturally just because of the free advertisement that gives. Now, one of the things that's holding back Warcry at the moment is this whole thing where it's basically not getting any advertisement from Games Workshop, and it's kind of out on its own, doing its own thing. And there's a lot that the community can do actually for if they want to support the game and they want it to grow themselves. There's a ton of stuff the community can do. And in the absence of Games Workshop actually doing work with Warcry, that's basically what's got to happen. The community has to step in, and that usually means running events, basically giving people the opportunity to play their games. Now, if you have the thing is, it's different wherever you are in the world, right? So here in the UK, we've got a culture of gaming spaces and gaming clubs and that kind of thing. And I understand in some other places of the world, it's more about game stores and buying product and renting tables and whatnot. So I think in both instances, people basically have to foster local communities and then find ways to play with those communities, because that's the only way that Warcry will grow without Games Workshop's backing, is by people showing other people that Warcry is a great game and how they play it. And yes, Demetrios is 100% right. Warcry as a game is growing because it is still Games Workshop's best game. I don't care what anyone says, it totally is. And people are running events for it, and people are showing off the game and saying, oh, here's Warcry, here's this fantastic game. So this is why we play it, and this is why you should be playing it also. But yeah, it requires work from the community, basically. And that's basically how it's going to survive and how it's going to continue in the absence of Games Workshop talking about it. If Games Workshop suddenly come out and they start talking about Warcry again, then yeah, I think we'll be totally fine, because as long as they don't do something stupid and make dumb changes to the game, the core mechanics are still fantastic. Now, there's a question as to in what direction is Games Workshop going to go? Are they going to take a more casual route, or are they going to go down the match play route? I mean, we've seen it already, right? That Games Workshop are more interested, at the moment at least, of making sure that as a match play experience, they want to make sure that Warcry holds up and that it isn't just... So they have to make sure that as a match play experience, Warcry holds up properly, which means parsing out balance updates, looking at the game, seeing what state the game is in, and basically improving the game, right? Improving the game that way. That seems to be the direction that Games Workshop is going in right now, which is totally fine with me, because of course I'm primarily a match play player, and game balance, it's my view anyway, that game balance only benefits everybody, right? It doesn't just benefit match play players, it benefits casual players as well, because then they have a more balanced experience of the game when they're playing with other people, and that's ultimately exactly what you want. Most of the challenge is for it to shake this kind of low skill perception that people who basically love to play at once but get the wrong end of the stick. The big conversation that's been going on the Discord at the moment is how the perception is that a complexity equals skillful, and a high complexity game means that there's a lot more depth and a lot more nuance to it, which is totally rubbish. Of course, you don't go to a chess player and say, oh, you only have your game is very simple, you only have a handful of pieces and you only have a handful of moves that you can make, so there's no skill to chess. You totally don't say that. Absolutely, you absolutely don't. So I think Warcry kind of needs to shake that perception, and that's nothing to do with Warcry as a game, and that's everything to do with the community and how people see games and see games themselves. And I think Games Workshop kind of has that idea as well, that, oh, it's a simple game, so it can't be competitive, or that restricts who we are selling this game to, if that even makes sense.